What is up, sexy viewers? My name is Ted, and this is another episode of Moab Tips and Tricks, and this is how to Moab Dome. So, getting right into it, I've got a few tips that I'd like to get to. That's a massive fail, I know. But let's just try that again. I have a few tips that I'd like to give you, and basically, number one, I would say is, for this map in particular, stick to the edges of the map. And the reason I say that is because most of the action will be going in the middle or around the flags. And if you can avoid that action and sort of like pick off enemies off one by one or in several clusters, then that will make your life a whole lot easier when playing on this map. Just because, well, it makes it sort of easier because you're not confronted as much, and the enemy aren't really expecting that. And which leads me into my next point, which is flanking. So whenever you're flanking an enemy, you're actually going to want to definitely make sure that they don't see you. If they know that you're flanking them, then you're definitely screwed, because they're going to be moving into a different position where they'll have a better advantage in the fight, and that will suck for you. You'll cry, you'll probably break a few things, including, I don't know, your TV controller, and I don't want that. And look at this old kid, just a good shoot on. And next thing is, yeah, so no, not next thing. Continuing on with the point, I would, yeah, when you're flanking like I did right there, you're going to want to definitely make sure they're not aware of you or aware of your position. And that's why this map is particularly good for that, because they're not expecting you to run, toward, like, straight towards the sides and stuff. They're expecting you to run right ahead of you, because it's really close quarters, this map. And it's sort of like, the action sort of takes place in sort of a linear fashion. Like, they expect you to be in one certain point. There's not really any other ways that you can get around. Like, there's tons of narrow corridors, except there's quite a few little spots where you can gain some advantage in gunfights and definitely take the enemies out. The only thing I'd like to talk to you about is the way I avoid this flag here. So what I do is, normally what most people would do, or what I think most people would do, is they would run straight through that flag. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant to say, because straight is a word in the English language. And oh my god, T4 failed! I got so scared that I was about to get killed. Well, luckily, I survived. Although, yeah, most people would have run straight through the C flag. And what you want to do often enough is not do that, because what you'll find is when you do that, the enemy is gonna know that you're trying to take their flag, or that you're behind them. And because I've got my specialist bonus, I have Assassin Pro, and they're not going to realize that I'm moving around in certain positions, and I'm going to be able to sneak right past their flag without them realizing where I am. So that's why it's really, really important that you avoid going through flags, because oftentimes it can get you killed, and if you can, always avoid walking through enemy flags. That way they will never realize that you're there, and that will make it so much easier for you to run up behind them and anally abuse them. That's how I roll. Although, yeah, next thing is, I have sort of a general tip for you. I have a general tip for you, and that's ADS around corners. Because the thing is, it's not applied just to this map. It applies to almost every single style of play, whether you're rushing or whether you're playing really cautious. Always aim down sight when you're going by corners. Look at what I'm doing. I'm almost always aiming down sights every corner. I mean, I'm checking every corner. I'm making sure there's no enemies in spots where I don't want there to be enemies. And I'm generally being really, really careful. And that's what I highly recommend. So I've got the Moab, now I called it in. And that's sort of it. So a little recap quickly. So avoiding flags, that way you don't give away your position. Flanking, ADSing around corners, and stick to the edge of the map. That's really important. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please make sure to click the thumbs up button. I really appreciate any of the support that you're giving me. And if you want to subscribe, it makes your penis considerably larger. It makes it huge. Have a great day. Bye.